Okay. Welcome to the Creative South Forum for Creative South 2025. This is just kind of a general information session to kind of explain what Creative South is and what to expect when you go, and also if you're interested in traveling to Creative South through GDSA, like what that will look like and kind of a price breakdown of everything. So, before we begin, just some upcoming events that we have. November 7th is going to be our LinkedIn Headshots workshop. This is going to be a member exclusive event, so only GDSA, paid GDSA members can go to this. And we'll be meeting here at 5:30, so the VAB 215 at 5:30. So if you're interested in getting a cool headshot to use for your LinkedIn or your portfolio or anything like that, attend that event. It's pretty cool. And then November 19th is going to be our final GBM of the semester. Right now, it's looking like it's just going to be kind of a chill GBM. We might have something. Yeah, we'll let you guys know though. You'll see it on our Instagram. And then November 22nd is going to be art night. For those who don't know, art night is kind of just it's a whole thing that takes it's a thing that takes place in the entire VAB, where people show off their art, people table. We'll be tabling there. We're going to make shirts and stuff. So that's going to be a tabling opportunity as well for people who are interested in volunteering. We are looking to do one more tabling event, hopefully before the end of the semester. So again, keep an eye out for that. We will always post on our Instagram whenever we're looking for art to sell at table sales or if you're interested in volunteering. So just keep an eye out. But yeah, so Creative South. Creative South is a art and design conference that is held in the South, given the name Creative South. So usually takes place in Columbus, Georgia. This is just a bunch of text. I will maybe just read off the slide. Creative South exposes creative and marketing professionals, business people, and students to key speakers on the subject of branding and design in the digital era. So this is a really good opportunity to do some like networking, meet people, do some exciting things. There's like workshops and there's speakers talking about different things. You'll learn a lot and you'll meet some cool professionals as well. We'll talk a little bit more about that here. There's scholarship opportunities. So one really cool thing for students is that at Creative South, there is a portfolio review for students. So with the portfolio review, you will be paired up one-on-one with a professional in the field. You'll probably meet up to two people and they will individually review your portfolio, give you feedback and things like that. So that is like super helpful, getting feedback from like an actual professional in the field. And with that as well, there are scholarship opportunities. So if you attend like the portfolio reviews and stuff, you have the chance to enter these scholarships. There were four given out last year. These are some people who graphic design program that won this past Creative South, Sude, and then Beatrice and Yvette all got scholarships. There were four given out this past Creative South, and three of them were all UCF graphic design students. So we kind of rule. So we want to keep that streak going. So yeah, definitely participate if you end up coming to Creative South. And then another really fun event is the bridge party, where it literally takes place on a bridge. It's like a pedestrian bridge that they block off, and there's like vendors, food trucks, and like music, and it's just kind of like a fun party. It's like because there's all these like networking stuff, but then this is just kind of like a party. And there's also something called Ink Wars, which that's actually a photo of me participating in this past year's Ink Wars. Um, it's very similar to Creative Clash, if any of you guys are familiar with that. That's something we do every year at UCF Celebrates the Arts, where an artist has like an hour to draw on a giant, almost door-sized canvas about a certain theme. Usually for Creative Clash, if you're paired up, it's usually a duo, but for Ink Wars, it is just you yourself. So I was by myself in this one, and everyone gets an individual theme. So yeah, it's a really cool event too. Hopefully some of you guys can participate in that too. Some people think I got robbed. That's neither here nor there because I didn't win Ink Wars this past year, but regardless, moving on. So these are just some extra photos. Columbus is a really pretty town too. The weather was really nice this past year as well. It was a little cool. And it's very walkable. There's a lot of cute cafes and stuff that we liked to work at because unfortunately, during the time of Creative South, usually there are projects and deadlines during this time. So there are nice cafes for you to work at, which is great. But no, it is just a really great conference to just meet people, make connections. Some people that I connected with, I still like talk to on Instagram and stuff. One guy, Tim, he's like a super awesome like artist and designer who's also a student in Virginia. He's super cool. So it's really great opportunity to am I repeating myself?
No, Kira, sorry.
Okay, sorry. I'm being distracted. So let's talk about, okay, now that we talked about all the fun stuff that you probably get to do at Creative South, let's get in kind of the nitty-gritty of everything. So with traveling, so the travelers are going to be determined, kind of like we mentioned in like most GBMs, they're determined through the member points, and that's going to be determined based off participation. So coming to GBMs, volunteering at table for table sales or other, we're trying to come up with other volunteer opportunities as well. So we will let you guys know when there are those opportunities. So yeah, just continue to show up to GBMs, continue to volunteer and help out in any way and get those points because that will give you a higher chance to come to Creative South. And another thing is that you must be a student during spring 2025 to attend with GDSA. If you are graduating this semester or you will not be like a part-time or full-time student in the spring, then you cannot attend through GDSA. But I will stress this, you do not have to attend through us. You can totally go on your own. I think last year a lot of people misunderstood that and thought you could only attend through GDSA. You can totally go by yourself. That would just mean it would be through your own funds and traveling. And as we'll show here in a minute, like you'll be saving a lot of money if you go through GDSA. So again, you can totally go on your own, but you will be saving money if you go through GDSA. So the exact dates for the event are going to be Thursday, April 10th through Saturday, April 12th, and we'll be in Columbus, Georgia. So we will, traveling wise, we'll be leaving that Wednesday before, and then we'll be leaving the Sunday after. We will be driving. We're not going to be flying here. We're going to be driving. So we're going to be, carpooling, things like that. And drivers and passengers are determined when the final list of attendees are made. And then for hotel wise, we'll be staying in hotels with 4 people per room. So that means in most rooms we'll have like 2 queen beds per room. So you would have to be comfortable sharing a bed with somebody. And we'll talk a little bit more about that too. So what we need from you guys is budget wise, while GDSA can still help out a little bit with the funds and also student government will help a little bit, there's still a little bit that you'll need to pay out of pocket. So expect to pay anywhere from $200 to $300 individually if you are chosen to attend and you want to come. And you also obviously need to be available from April 9th to the 13th in 2025. That's ways away now, so I know it's hard to tell right now, but just have that availability. And then also possibly be comfortable staying in a co-ed hotel room. I think last year we only had one room that was co-ed, but that is just kind of like a case-to-case basis too, depending on like our who comes and stuff. So just keep that in mind though. And again, be comfortable sharing a bed with somebody. And again, if there is like some sort of if you need to talk to us about it, then like we can totally like figure something out. And then also you have to be a paid GDSA member for the spring 2025 semester. I assume all of you guys are right now, considering you're here. And then just information that proves you're a UCF student, but we don't need that right now. That's more in the future. So this is kind of a price breakdown just to kind of talk about how much it actually kind of costs to go versus how much you'll be paying to go through GDSA. So regular tickets can be close to $500, and then there is a student discount ticket for 625, 200, 265, sorry, misspoke. And we do already have some student tickets reserved for us. I think we have about 20 to 24 tickets reserved. The guy who runs the event reserved them for us. And so we'll be taking around 20 to 24 people. Hotel wise, average, it's 180 per night per room. And then considering gas and tolls, usually divide it among the people in the car, and you just pay back the driver or whatever, and that is usually 35 per person. And then food wise, that is up to also your own personal budget. Sometimes there's food at some events at Creative South will have food, but otherwise like you are responsible for finding food and stuff. So real price wise, expect to pay somewhere in the 200s range. That's pretty much how it was this past year as well. So considering all of this, like if you go on your own, it would be a lot more expensive than just like 200 something dollars. So, just consider that you would be getting to go to this really cool conference for a much lower price than if you were to go on your own. Okay, and so from here, we're going to show you guys a form. There's going to be a QR code at the end of this presentation that'll take you to it. The form is also in the link tree in our bio. It's a Google form just to fill out like an interest note, so that way we know who is interested in going, and also helps us gauge interest on like what people's budgets are and things like that. So from here on, just continue to attend meetings and get those points. And we will, yes, yeah.
If you want, tabling will put you ahead. If you're kind of feeling like you've been to all the meetings and you really, really want to go to Creative South, tabling will give you like an opportunity to really like show that you're wanting those points.
Yes, and we're trying to come up with more. I know we're trying to come up with some more volunteer opportunities as well to help give more opportunities to get points. But yeah, we are for sure tabling at art night, and we are also trying to table at least one more time before the semester ends. So just keep an eye out for that on our socials. Um, and yeah, we will keep you guys updated as well as like progress regarding Creative South, and then when we start selecting people to go. And if you're not chosen for Creative South, like please like still like participate in GDSA, join our meetings and stuff. We want to take everybody, but you know, with budget and stuff, we unfortunately can't. Um, and yeah, so at this time, if you have any questions, feel free to just like use like the raise your hand feature or type it in the chat. This QR code takes you to the interest form. Fill that out if you're interested in going, so that way we can start getting a head count. But yeah, thank you for watching this presentation. Paige, what's up?
Hello. I have a question about finding out when we get in. I'm not sure if you said it already or I'm not sure if I missed it, but when would be like the soonest we would find out like the list of people that go?
I think probably like December, January. I think that was how it was last year. It was like I think early January is when you will find out.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Week 3 or 4 classes, I think.
Yeah. Are there any other questions about Creative South or I know some of my fellow officers are here who went this past year, if any of you guys want to share some of your experience, but okay.
It was.
Oh,
Sorry.
wait, maybe myself.
It was I was one of the ones who went. Me and AJ both attended it with some other people in this chat as well. It was a very fun time. Sorry. Like Morgan mentioned before, it's a great time to network, a good time to have fun as well. There are going to be some deadlines around that time too. That's around the time when finals are kind of sort of started to pick up a little bit, so be mindful of that. You will have time to do some work while you're there, so you will have some time to step away and go to a cafe and like get a coffee, do your thing. Um, but like Morgan mentioned before, it's a great chance to just like have some fun. I had a great time. Again, if you go for anything, go for the bridge party. That in of itself makes the whole trip worth it, I promise. It's free food for like a good 3, 4 hours. I think. Go ahead, Josh.
Go ahead, Josh.
I just wanted to ask about the portfolio review part. Um, how much do you guys know about that? Like, is that something we could sign up for when we know that we're going, just to lock it up?
Yeah,
How
so
does that work?
with the portfolio review, we actually I feel like we didn't really know about it until like we got there. So, but
Do you think he's making it mandatory for all seniors to do?
yeah, Victor will make you do it. Like if you go to Creative South as a student, Victor will make you do it. Victor is kind of the one that organizes it too, actually. So there's not really anything you have to do to like sign up for a slot or anything. I think you literally just I think it was like a form or an email or something. Like you just
You have to submit your portfolio like the night before. There is a due date, but that's when you're already at the conference. So you'll get an email from Victor saying, please submit your portfolio for the review, and then
You might want to unmute your mic. I'm sorry, I can't
no,
hear you.
so here I can so AJ was just saying that it's usually due like the night before like they do the scholarships I think or something like that. So it's literally just like you email it and there's no like sign up slot or anything and it's not like there's limited spaces either for applying. So yeah, so when you come to Creative South just have that portfolio ready. All
Awesome.
right.
I was gonna unmute real quick.
Oh, hang on, let me.
Also, if you want to do the portfolio review and you're a junior, I do highly recommend because you never know like what kind of advice you're gonna get from any of the people, and making those connections is truly what makes Creative South like worth going, because it's not always just about the pixels, it's about the people you meet. You also get a few times. I'm seeing Josh like react in disgust, but there are also events that aren't covered like price wise, from what I can understand. Like if you want to sign up for like some specific.
There are some great workshops, yeah.
Yeah, but I recommend like doing all those things. Also, I'll pass it to Morgan so she can answer Isabella's question.
What's up, Isabel?
I was just gonna say, because I was a junior last year and I still did the portfolio review, and I had obviously no idea what it was going into it and everything in the whole trip. So helpful. I like they were like, who wants to speak to these people? Like after they had already reviewed, and I just kept taking that opportunity. And I have like my notebook is just filled with like these incredible notes, and like I got their information and everything. But it is such a great experience. Like even if you're doubting yourself, like my portfolio was not the strongest, but to just talk to them, build those connections, and like learn stuff, because I learned way more than like I obviously did previously. But even now, looking back, I'm like, okay, I've already learned all of this in just these 5 minutes of like speaking with these people.
Yeah, and I mean, we were all, yeah, I was a junior too when we went. AJ was, Tori was. Yeah, even if you're a junior, like you will participate in the portfolio review, like they will like want you to. So,
Oh yeah,
um,
sophomore. Sorry, I forgot my age. Whatever nonsense.
you are more than good. But yeah, yes. AJ, go ahead.
I was also gonna say that there are other students that go as well and will attend the portfolio review. So like don't feel like we're gonna be the only ones there. You'll meet a lot of students. And like the people who do the review for you are like Morgan said, like people in the industry, but like from like very different facets of the industry. So you may meet like a UX person and then like an editorial person, and they'll have some really good insight for you. So definitely consider that as well.
Yeah, go ahead, Nat.
From what I can remember, I'm pretty sure one of the students last year got their scholarship from the portfolio review. Because one of the reviewers like saw her work and liked it so much that he was like, let me just give you like $1,000. So he wrote her a check, and that was how she got her scholarship. So definitely go.
Yeah, I can't remember if this is how it actually was. I think you have to. I couldn't remember if you actually have to participate in the portfolio route to enter for the scholarships, or if you didn't have to participate to get the scholarships. I think so. Yeah, you have to participate in the portfolio review if you want to apply for the scholarship. So just keep that in mind. And made by James.
Yeah.
Wrong
Yeah,
name.
there was only
Say-
gonna be
say her
three
name, though.
scholarships, right? And
Sude.
then
It
he-
Oh, yeah.
Sude, right?
Yeah, it was Sude that
Okay.
got the scholarship from Made by James, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, 'cause she's a really great designer, and I'm
Mhm.
sure she would like to talk to you guys if you had questions.
Yes.
She's very
He's so cool.
Yes. Are there any other questions or anything about Creative South? Okay. All right. So if you guys still have questions afterwards that didn't bring up here, you're more than welcome to DM us, or we see you guys in passing in class all the time and stuff too. So feel free to like stop any of us and ask. We're more than happy to answer anything you guys have. But yeah, in that case, thank you guys again so much for coming. Again, we will keep you guys updated. Like we'll have the list by like late December, early January. So just keep an eye out. In the meantime, keep going to meetings, keep participating and volunteering, and yeah, thank you guys so much. We're gonna upload this to our YouTube and put the link in our link tree as well, if anyone needs to rewatch it.
Also, sorry. Make sure that if you just in case you missed it, like fill out the form if you are interested, even if you're not sure like what your next class schedule is going to be. Just like we want to gauge like how much people can like spend on the event, like what their like projected like timeline is looking like, just so that the more people that respond, the more like we can kind of like plan for the future.
All right. Perfect. Yeah, I'm glad to see you guys are excited. But yeah, have a great night, everyone. Thank you again for coming, and we will see you guys all later at the next GBM. Bye.
Bye.